Hey guys, welcome back to Spectrum Classes. This is our lab activity video, and in this video we are going to perform the titration of KMnO4 versus oxalic acid. In this video I will show you the lab activity, how we are going to perform this titration in the laboratory and what are the important or essential precautions which we need to taken care of. Right, and I will also explain the viva questions which are relevant to the experiment wherever it is necessary. Before starting the activity, I will show you the important objective of this experiment first. Here we are performing the titration of oxalic acid versus KMnO4. Now I will ask you why we are doing this titration. So it is a standardization of KMnO4 versus oxalic acid as a primary standard. So why we are calling this oxalic acid as a primary standard, that I have told you earlier in the standardization of NaOH versus oxalic acid as a primary standard video. Right, so first you can go and check there which kind of titration is this. This is a redox kind of titration. So why I have chosen the red and blue color to write this term. So this is composed of two different terms actually. That is why I'll use this red and blue colors. So here RED stands for reduction plus OX stands for oxidation. So what is called reduction and what is called oxidation? And more importantly, these two reactions go simultaneously. No single reaction occur in any of the reactions. So first I will tell you what is called reduction. So gain of electron or addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen are the basic definition of reduction. At the same time, oxidation is just opposite to the reduction. So gain, loss of electron, addition of hydrogen, removal of hydrogen, removal of oxygen is addition of oxygen for oxidation, right? So what is the meaning of all such terms that we are going to discuss in the electrochemistry videos in detail. This is just for your information, right? So that you have a brief overview about the term reduction and oxidation. The next is this. In the reduction, the chemical species itself get reduced and works as an oxidizing agent, right? It means it receives the electron, whereas just because of its receiving of electrons, it oxidizes the other species, right? So this is important. In the reduction, the species which itself get reduced works as an oxidizing agent. So how you are going to explain this? Reduce means receives the electron. So from where it receives the electron? From the other species. So in the presence of such species, the other species oxidize. So the species which gets reduced itself is works as an oxidizing agent, right? Similarly, for oxidation, the species which get oxidized means it loses the electron. So because of this, some other species receives the electron. So it itself get oxidized and works as a reducing agent. So these two are opposite terms actually. So keep it in mind. So this is the brief overview about the reduction and oxidation and about the redox titration which we are going to perform here. So here we are using KMnO4 as well as oxalic acid. So KMnO4 here in this titration will get reduced and works as an oxidizing agent. So it itself gets reduced and works as an oxidizing agent. Whereas oxalic acid in this titration will get oxidized to carbon dioxide. Since it loses the electron, it itself get oxidized and works as reducing agent. Fine. So this is the summary of the redox reactions. In this titration, what is works as an oxidizing agent, what is works as a reducing agent, or which is get reduced, which is get oxidized. So you can grasp these terms from here very carefully. Here I am preparing the KMnO4 solution. I have taken some weight of KMnO4. Now I dissolve it thoroughly. make up to 100 ml. This is 100 ml flask. Here you can see the lower meniscus, right? So this is 100 ml. Now I transfer it to burette. I'll just rinse it first. After rinsing the burette, here I'll fill this burette. Here you can see this is more than 0, but that is purposefully done because we need to fill this nozzle. So here you can read the lower meniscus. This is the initial reading. So initial reading of the burette is 0. Now we will take the oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is 0.2 molar. So I will take the 20 ml of oxalic acid. I use the measuring cylinder just to show you. I do not use pipettes, but you can use pipettes here. That is more accurate actually. So now I am rinsing this conical flask with oxalic acid, which I am going to transfer to this conical flask. So this is 20 ml, and to this 20 ml, 1 ml of 4 normal H2SO4. So the question, why we are adding this to the oxalic acid, and now I am going to heat this solution. So this is heating mantle. I set the temperature up. Here you can see that it is warmed up. Now we will start the titration. So before starting the titration, I'll answer you few of the questions. Why we have added this H2SO4 to this solution, right? So it is just added to make the solution acidic. Since we are doing this titration in the acidic medium, we are adding H2SO4. In place of H2SO4, can be added HNO3 or HCl to this solution. First, we will answer about the HNO3. No, we cannot add HNO3 because it itself acts as an oxidizing agent. Secondly, can we add HCl in place of H2SO4? No, we cannot add HCl because it reacts with the KMNO4 and produces the chlorine gas, which itself acts as an oxidizing agent in the aqueous solution. So this is the KMNO4, it reacts with HCl and form the chlorine gas. And this chlorine gas again works as an oxidizing agent. So in this titration, we can only use H2SO4. We cannot use HNO3 and as well as HCl. What is the use of making the solution in acidic medium? Because this KMNO4 in different medium reacts differently. So in the acidic medium, we are having KMNO4 on reaction with H2SO4. It produces MnSO4. Oxidation state of Mn in the KMNO4 is +7 and here it is +2. So that I will discuss in the next video, right? So here this KMNO4 reacts with H2SO4 and produces MnSO4. Whereas in the basic medium on reaction with KOH, potassium hydroxide, it forms K2MnO4, right? And in the neutral medium, it forms MnO2. So here in the titration, if we somehow forgot to add this H2SO4 in the reaction medium, then this reaction proceeds like this. So it is very essential step to add the H2SO4 first. Second, why we warm up this solution before titration? So the answer of this question is rate of the reaction in the beginning is slow. That is why we warm up the solution around 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. So what happens when we warm up the solution? The reaction rate increases at initial stage. Once MnSO4 forms during the reaction, that works as a catalyst. What indicator we are using in this titration? This is redox titration. There are 3 different type of indicators used in the redox titration, and one of them is self indicator. So here KMNO4 works as a self indicator. So that is why we are not using any additional indicator in this reaction, and at the end point purple color of the KMNO4 appears. That is how we come to know that end point reaches or reaction is complete. Here is the observation table, and in the observation table we take at least 3 readings, and volume of the oxalic acid which we have taken is 20 ml. Initial reading of the burette is 0, and now we will proceed the titration and we will then come to the final. Here again I am showing that we are adding H2SO4 to the conical flask, and then we are warming up the reaction mixture. So we are warming up this reaction mixture on the heating mantle. I'll adjust the temperature, so I keep, so this is warmed up. Now I remove this conical flask and immediately I will start titrating this reaction mixture, right? So initially what you have seen here, I'll just explain. In the conical flask we are having oxalic acid, right? So oxalic acid is oxidizing and it reduces the KMNO. Till oxidizing agent, that is oxalic acid, is present in the conical flask, the color of this KMNO4 disappears because MnSO4 is of no color. The titration is going on. Still oxalic acid is present inside this. The disappearance of KMNO4 color suggests that, and at the end point, since all the oxidizing agent, that is oxalic acid, is finished, and the extra drop of KMNO4 will not get reduced to MnSO4, so we will get the purple color of KMNO4. So here you can see the purple color of KMNO4. It means all the oxalic acid reacts with the KMNO4, and now you can see the final reading of this. So it is 5.5 ml. So the final reading of the burette is 5.5, and this final minus initial is the total volume which is consumed of KMNO4, that is equal to 5.5 ml. Now I will show you the reactions, how this reaction proceeds. So here I will show you the reactions. This is KMNO4, H2SO4. The reaction proceeds in the molecular form. Here is the nascent oxygen. Here is the oxalic acid. This nascent oxygen reacts with the oxalic acid and it oxidizes the oxalic acid to carbon dioxide. Here I'll just explain you why we have multiplied this 5. Since here 5 oxygen is produced. In the earlier slide I have told you that removal of oxygen. So here removal of oxygen, KMNO4. So here removal of oxygen from this species. So this species get reduced. So here 5 oxygen, nascent oxygen is produced. This behaves as an oxidizing agent. And this oxygen on reaction with this oxalic acid, it oxidizes this oxalic acid to carbon dioxide and produces carbon dioxide plus water, right? So why we have multiplied this by 5? So since 5 oxygen is produced in the previous equation, so here we have to multiply this equation just to balance these two equations by 5. So here this is 5 times oxalic acid. This 5 nascent oxygen will cancel out, K2SO4, 2MnSO4. Here is 5 3 are 15 plus 3 18 H2O plus 5 2 are 10 CO2. So that is the molecular equation. Now ionic equation. So from this KMNO4 we will have MnO4. From this H2SO4 we will have this 8H plus, and 5 electrons are involved in this reaction, right? Here is the oxalic acid. So from oxalic acid 2 electrons are evolved. So here it is important that in this MnO4 reaction 5 electrons are consumed or gained by the Mn, and in the oxalic acid here 2 electrons are evolved. Here 2 electrons are evolved and here 5 electrons are consumed. So how this is not possible? We have to balance the equation in terms of electrons. So here this equation is multiplied by 2 and this equation is multiplied by 5. So here we are having 10 electrons and here again we are having 10 electrons. So in this way we have to multiply these equations just to balance the number of electrons. This is 16H plus 5 COO minus this 2 Mn2 plus 8 H2O, 10 CO2 and 10 electrons will be cancelled out by these 10 electrons, right? This is how the reaction is proceeds. Now the calculation part. So here in this titration we are having, so here A1 and A2 are the multiples. So first I will tell you the meaning of these A1 and A2. So A1 is equal to 5 electrons which are gained per formula unit of KMnO4 in the balanced equation of half cell reaction. Half cell reaction means this is the reduction reaction. And what is A2? A2 means here number of electrons lost per formula unit of oxalic acid in balanced equation. So just to balance the equation, we have multiplied this oxalic acid by 5 and this KMnO4 by 2. So number of electrons gained by KMnO4 are 5 and number of electrons lost by oxalic acid are 2 in the balanced equation of half cell. Here is oxidation taking place, here is the reduction taking place. So we are using A1 as 5 and A2 as 2, the number of gained and lost electrons. So here you can see M1 is the molarity of KMnO4, 5.5 is the volume which we have measured from the burette. Here 2 is the number of electrons involved in oxalic acid reaction, and here 0.2 is the molarity of the oxalic acid. Here 20 is the volume of oxalic acid which we have taken in the conical flask. On solving this equation, we are having M1 is equal to 0.29. The calculation of strength of the solution. So strength of the solution is molarity into molecular weight of KMnO4. Molecular weight of KMnO4 is 158 grams per mole. So on multiplication, we will get 45.82 grams per liter. Here mole is cancelled out by this mole and grams per liter is the unit of the strength. So if we are considering that how much KMnO4 I have dissolved in 1 liter of the solution, so that is 45.82 grams, right? So this is how we are performing this KMnO4 versus oxalic acid titration. What are the important points and questions related to the Viva, how we are doing the calculations, and what kind of inference we have made out of this titration. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Thank you all.